Well friends, here we go again. Today a first impression of this ball, but I wanted to make a first impression, I cannot do it. We are at Gangster court, watch. But I cannot play, it is unbelievable. First of all, the rules, you know, I made a lot of ironical videos and you will see what happened here today. So the rules, you see, rules. You're not allowed to skate, not allowed to bicycle, not to skateboard. Dogs are not allowed, you know, and only not to shit in. Needles are not allowed, eating is not allowed, and there is an age rule from 4 to 16 years. That means when you are older than 16, when you are 17 years old, you are not allowed to play in there. That is the thing. And opening times from 8 to 12 and from 2 to 4 o'clock, to 8 o'clock, you know. And it is the unnatural grass. Back in the days it was the gravel ground, but now unnatural grass. And now it is a court which is completely frequented. There are always kids in and play football. That is why the goals are there. The most frequented court of them all. But they made also the new basketball rings and boards, you know it. And now I wanted to make the first impression, because today it is, it's also cold, but you see there is not much snow anymore. A little bit, but I could have played now without the hand gloves, because last time was always snow. So first impression, but now Gangster court, you know. Unbelievable what happened, watch, bam, it is locked up. I cannot believe it. It is really locked up. What is that? So you cannot enter in the city a court which is locked up, you know. That is really unbelievable. And that Gangster court, you know. No other court, it is Gangster court. Now, ironically I can say, why have they locked it up? Because there were too many gangsters in, so they need to lock it up. No, I cannot believe it, you know. What is that? Maybe, you know, it is Sunday and I don't know who locks it up. Tell me that, with such a big thing. Also, I played here so often, you know, when it was gravel ground, I always call it gravel ground. There was no one in, no one. I was always the only one, because the kids entered in the other court that is near where they played football, but now they are always in there, the most frequented court of them all, but with football. And maybe, you know, it was too loud that the people who live here complained. But who locks this up? If it's the city, you know, or if these are people who live here, I have no idea. And the strange thing is, you know, the opening times, there is nothing from Monday to Friday or such things. It's every day and we are in the correct time and it is locked up, and that is absolutely no-go, you know. That I cannot understand. Or maybe because, you know, I don't know, because it is winter. And then they say maybe the unnatural grass gets damaged, or it is too dangerous, too icy, and so they lock it up completely. But that I have never seen. So I wanted to make the first impression, and that Gangster court, it is locked up. Unbelievable, you know, with our new ball, the all court composite ball. Feels really good, you know, a lot of grip. But I wanted to test it out now. But so we make something other. I show you other ring, but also there we cannot enter in, because 1 minute from here there is a private ring, a Spalding board, you know, Spalding board. And that I will show you. We've discovered this 1.5 years ago, and it is private, so we could jump over and play a little bit, but then we would be in illegally. But when we cannot play here, I show you the Spalding board if you have never seen this. Yeah, and then it was this session without playing from the locked up Gangster court. Unbelievable. So let's enter in the Spalding ring and then we see. So my friends, now we arrived only a few meters, you know, from the other court, and here is a private Spalding board and ring. Watch it, you see that? Here it is. We discovered this, was really great. In last year it was away in winter, you know, then they put it here again and now it stands, but they have now lighting. I show you that. Wait, you go on and you can watch it. Cool, or? That is really nice. And it is a therapy center, you know. So when you are hurt, then you go there for physiotherapy, and they have there a private Spalding ring, you know. That would be cool to play now. Yeah, that would be nice. But I can tell you also other story, you know, when I work now by the delivery eating, I made ring to deliver the eating, and you know what happened there? They opened up the door and a basketball was flying to me, you know. They had a flat where they had, in the middle of the flat was a basketball ring, you know. So a ball table like this, smaller, and then they played in the basketball. That was unbelievable, and the ball fall to me, you know. They had skateboards in, and the only space was for sport in there in the flat. It was really, really crazy. And yesterday I had to deliver to the indoor basketball court, to our biggest basketball federal, state, national team, to the riders, you know. And there I had to deliver a lot of pizzas to the cheerleaders in the indoor basketball court, you know. And the nice cheerleaders took the pizzas, you know. That was cool when I read where I have to deliver basketball indoor court to the riders, you know. That was nice, yeah. And from that I can say goodbye. We cannot play, but you have seen a bit. Until next time, from the Spalding court, bye and ciao.
And I always do it big because I can.